Center for Ambassadors, pastored by Dr. Larry Smith. Our vision is to preach the gospel of the kingdom of heaven and bring all nations to the knowledge of truth. We hope this word empowers you today and helps you discover Elohim's purpose for your life. Now, let's get into the teaching.
Hit the right Torah. Look, it took you a whole year 2 years to get in, didn't it? When you came, it was a year later you came back. Finally stopped pouting, didn't you? All right, shalom, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Okay, there it is.
Yes.
Shalom, everybody. We are back once again.
All right, sundown kid, go ahead.
And for those who are
We'll
watching,
tell you about it later. Shalom, y'all. It's between me and him. I promise I wouldn't tell it. Okay, go ahead. Well, when I do tell you, you're going to roll. You're going to have to be at a fellowship or something. Go ahead, Dr. Nate.
all right. So we want to invite you to come out and worship with us and enjoy this teaching in person at 7201 Bridgewater Church Road. And right now we're getting ready to get into the teaching. We are so excited and blessed to have none other than Dr. Larry to minister once again, our senior shepherd. Let's give it up for him.
All right, appreciate you, Renee. Renee. Well, Renee is a dedicated and working in pastoral ministry, and I certainly appreciate that. And she is not the assistant pastor because she's my wife. Just let me go and get that. That wasn't in the plan, period, not in mine especially, because church folk want to act a monkey with, and I act a monkey with them. So that wasn't happening. Y'all slide over. Y'all come on over. You know what to do. All right, so we're going to get into this message that's going to get us into our flow that we should be in and identify the spirit that's behind all of this stuff that's hindering us. And that is not kingdom keys of prayer. We're dealing with offenses. We're dealing with turn the cheek or draw the sword. And we're going to pick up on this. I want them to just go to that picture of that monkey. And I don't know about you, but I ain't going to be no monkey for nobody. And if I ever was a monkey before, I'd never be a monkey again. Because this is what happened with the monkey. The monkey get fruit, and the way they trap them, they just make a container, and it's big enough to get a hand in and get the fruit out, but it's not big enough to get the hand in, grab the fruit, and both of them come out. The only way the monkey can get his hand out is let go of the fruit. Let go whatever that monkey desires so much that he won't let it go. And see, that's how the enemy, that's a good portrayal of how the enemy trapped citizens of the kingdom and anybody. And he definitely want to use it against us because when he do that, he use us to stop and prevent what the Father have for us. He can't stop the Father, but he stopped us from making our way prosperous and making our way what? Successful. That's what happens. Come on, baby girl. Oh, that's what happens. It's for shots. That's what happens. That's what happens when did I call a grown woman a baby girl? You like that, don't you? All women like to be called young. That baby girl, oh yeah, that's me. Yes, that's me. I retired 200 years ago, but that's me there. So that's what the enemy does. And the monkey, it's something that we desire so very much. And we desire to the point that we won't let it go so we can walk in freedom. It's a person. It's a person. It's personal. This is personal, dealing with people. And we gave you, when we first started this, the different areas that we're going to go into. And we're going to go back that second note. And that is, we're going to learn as relating to the purpose of getting offended or getting, turning against each other, betraying each other, the plan, how the enemy playing that out, the process. It's a whole process, nothing that happened overnight. It's a plan put in place, and there's a process, which means there are several things going on at the same time to make sure that the trap is set properly and the trap accomplished its mission. And then there's the dangers of offense, very dangerous, and how to get victory over offense and how to live a whole life. So that's what we're going to deal with, and we dealt with the word meanings, we dealt with the purpose already, and is to destroy your effectiveness, marriage, family, ministry, friendships, finance, steal the word of Yahweh from you, block the power. I'm on just keep up with me. I'm on note 6 now. Block the power of Elohim from working through us. And of course, the threefold process, what we're dealing with now, is the trap, the bait, and betrayal. So we dealt with the trap, and you see the picture of the monkey. You see the trap, right? And the trap of offense, we dealt with that, how Satan used his weapon in the beginning, and how he tried to trap Yeshua. We dealt with that. The bait is never at a distance. The bait is someone you trust and let in your personal circle. The bait is disguise. The devil won't come in saying, I'm the devil and I'm here to break up your relationship. Placing money over a person's life, value, and reputation. Money is a medium of exchange. I do anything to get what I'm trying to get, including backstabbing my so-called friend. And we must give what? Satan what? Place, I'm just reviewing, in our hearts to be used as bait. Y'all see that one? That's point number 5. Point number 5 on the next, yes. Now go to point number 5. And then point number 6 is what? The bait is part of the what? Planning process. I'll tell you till they catch up with me. The bait is part of the what? Planning process. They may have the wrong one back there. Now, so we are going to go into number 3, which is what? The betrayal. Betrayal. Could I have that drink, please? Because I need to settle down. I'm trying to talk slower, but fire turning over on the inside. Now, the what? Trail. Point number 1. Jealousy, which is perverted admiration, is the source of what? So if you got someone that's jealous at you or with you, and you still hanging on, you can get ready to get stabbed in the back. And you're getting ready to find out that person's real intent for you, and it's nothing good. So always remember that jealousy is what? Perverted what? Admiration. Really, someone admire you, but they can't be you, and since they can't be you, they hate you. Now, that comes straight from the devil, Satan himself. That's where it comes from. So let's look at Song of Solomon 8 and 6. Not Solomon, but in the Hebrew it is not pronounced like that. 8 and 6, and then Matthew 24:10. Song of Solomon 8 and 6. What is it? Solomon, I believe. Get it? All right. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is as strong as what? Death. And what else did he say? Jealousy as what? Cruel as the grave. See, when a person is jealous at you, they want to see you dead. It's just that hateful, mean, and bitter. Its flames are flames of what? Fire, a most vehement or intense flame. Many waters cannot quench love, nor can the floods drown it. If a man would give for love all the wealth of his house, it would be what? Utterly despised. Okay, so jealousy is cruel to the point where a person is planning not for you to just fail, but they want you dead. They don't want you on this earth no more. Now that's a intense hate. You catch that? That Satan himself has set up in the heart. He didn't get there overnight. He had a plan, and he worked out that plan and applied his process, and here's the fulfillment of it. So when you feel yourself getting jealous of somebody, you got to stop and rebuke Satan and his thoughts, because he is in your realm. He is in your territory, and he is feeding you with his words and his seed and showing you all the deficiencies and criticizing this person that you really like them. Here's an example. Me and my brother, we call each other Boat. We became friends in high school, I believe. And people got so jealous because he was real popular. I wasn't a popular one. And they got jealous because he wanted to be my friend. I mean, we like blood brothers now. When something happened to him, he not doing good, I'll call him. I just talked to him the other day. He said, man, I was just telling somebody, we so hooked. If something going on, you just call. You just automatically know. to call me. And what happened is that before we hooked up, we was hating on each other. Yeah. And we got the same cars and everything, you know, and want to talk about each other's car. Mine was faster though, but his was prettier. He had the rims and all that, you know, fixed all up. I said, yeah, look at him, got all them rims and that paint, but let me catch him at the stop sign. You know, mine may be plain and stuff like that, but he can't, I'm gonna run off and leave him. It's smoking and stuff. And he was talking about mine, that old plain car. Yeah, he got a little speed now, but I'm gonna get him. And it's like we couldn't stand each other. Couldn't stand each other. I'm serious. And we was racing one time, and you know, we looking back. Me and the guy was riding with me, looking back, and I looked up. A truck had stopped in front of me. I hit the truck. The truck didn't even know it. The truck just pulled off, went on down the road. He came by laughing. Ha 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 ha. I said, yeah, okay. And what happened? That car eventually, you know, I got another one, and we finally talked to each other. And I think he asked me, he said, man, I mean, we saw y'all with that truck. I know you wanted to laugh, and I just started laughing. When I started laughing, he just bust up. I mean, we both just laugh and stuff. They said, man, I just want to be your friend. That's all, man. I said, me too, man. I really, you know, I just want to be, you know, your friend. And we found out then that jealousy was keeping us apart. But really, we really admired each other. And it was Larry and Larry, big Larry and little Larry. Wherever you saw one, you saw the other. I mean, it was just like that. We was like closer than blood brothers, actually. But the enemy didn't want us hooked up like that. So what I'm getting at, when you admire a person, that Satan don't want you to be in a relationship with that person. So he'll bring stuff up and turn it into jealousy and bitterness to the point you really want to see that person not alive. You want the worst for them that you can ever imagine in your mind. That's the devil. That is the devil. And that's a person like that will betray anybody. So always be careful about getting jealous, because what somebody got, what they have on, oh, look at them doing this and doing, that's the devil talking. If you're not celebrating someone else's success, then Satan is on the inside of your belief system. And I'm going to tell you something. I was telling this young man today, this spirit works among all ethnic groups. And I was telling him, I said, you brown, I'm brown. I'm glad you're successful. I want you to make it. I love seeing a skill set work. But I said, I'm going to tell you something, though. You in the South, or wherever you are, there's a certain group of people that don't want you to succeed because you're going to compete with them. And people look like you are even worse than they are because they don't want to see you succeed. And I tell any business owner the same thing. You think people want to see you make it. They don't want to see you make it. And I went on to share, this with them. And I was telling someone else that if you are a citizen, your mind is orientated around citizenship being and citizenry, your benefits, your privileged rights as a citizen of the government of the kingdom. You're not doing this old religious stuff, and you claim to be an ambassador, and you projecting and promoting the message of the government of the kingdom. Everybody hates you. They don't want to see, the devil do not want to see you succeed because he know people are material minded and they're going to see the benefits and blessings you walking in, and they're going to ask you, how can I live like this? Dude pulled up delivering something. Hey, y'all live here? I said, no, we just out here working in the garden for fun at night. This happened the other night, didn't it? I said, we just out, we're doing this for fun, just working in somebody else's garden. Yeah, we stay here. What is it? I just want to know what I can do to live like this. I said, Caleb, go minister to him. Tell him what we do. Tell him how we honor the Lord and honor his ways and live based on his government and things like that, because that's what people look at. So Satan definitely don't want you being conscious of the government of the kingdom to walk in anything that would dictate success. He don't want that to happen because people going to be drawn to you. Y'all getting this? So he'll make sure he drop that jealous seed in them, your own family. I got family members just hate me like I did something to them. And we both chopped in cotton in the same field. I mean, set aside the same wood heater. What's wrong with you? And that's what success is going to bring with it. And this jealousy, people you thought love you will begin to hate you. It's not them, it's the devil in them. And make sure that you fortify yourself that you never ever want to be used by Satan. Now look at Matthew 24:10. Watch this right here. Perverted admiration is the what? Source of jealousy. Now Matthew 24:10 would tell us that he says, and then many will be what? Many will be what? Many will be what? And what else? Many will be offended and will what? Betray one. Offended people are betrayals. And if you know someone who is walking in offense and you trying to drink a milkshake with them, you on the list to get betrayed too. Because they don't know how to do anything else but create chaos and mess. And you think that you helping them and they ministering, they going back and telling this person the opposite of what you were saying and what you were doing. He said, well, and many will be offended and will betray one another and will do what else? Hate one another. You seeing that? Now move up to verse 8 and 9. And this is, I was mentioning this earlier, what Yeshua was dealing with. Now 8, he says, what? All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my authority, not name, my reputation, my honor's sake. And then many will be offended. That's happening right now. The message of the kingdom is being attacked right now. When you stand up for the government of the kingdom, people immediately begin to hate you. These are what we are dealing with, are birth pains to what's going to happen during the tribulation period. And the tribulation, we shouldn't be there and go through that stuff. There are people who are born again that's going to live through the first half of the tribulation period. That's playing around right now. Yeah, that's going to happen. Now let's keep moving. All right, now point number 2, taking a leadership role when the leader does things a different way. This is the spirit of betrayal. Now look at Matthew 26 and 6 and 14, and then we're going to look at verse 48, 26, 6 through 16. And you notice that I haven't been talking about leadership that much, because we want to understand that this is a personal thing. This is an individual thing, and it does happen with any group of people or congregation, whereas you are but you are following direction of the Holy Spirit. When that takes place, the enemy always want to have someone set up in the congregation with a seed in them that will be critical of whatever leadership does. Now he says, and you will hear of what? Wars and what else? Rumors of war, 6 through 14. This is 20, I want 26. Is that 26? 26, 6 through 14. And if you just pay attention to the notes, you'll know what's coming up next. All right, and 14. Here we go. 26, chapter 26, verse 6. And when Yeshua was in Bethany at the house of Simeon, a leper, a woman came to him having an alabaster flask of very costly fragrant oil, and she poured it out on his head, and he sat at the table. But when his scholars saw it, they were what? Indignant, saying, why this waste? For this fragrant oil might have been sold for much and given to the poor. But when Yeshua was aware of it, he said to them, why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a good work for me. For you have the poor with you always, but me you do not have with you always. For in pouring this fragrant oil on my body, she did it for my burial. Surely I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told as a memorial to her. Then, look at verse 14. Then one of the 12, called Yehuda Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, what are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you? They started tripping because this woman was doing something for their leader. Now, the leader been praying all night, called them, performed miracles, taking care of all of their needs and everything else. Now all of a sudden, someone want to do something for the leader, and the congregation got a problem with it now. Well, why they giving him that? You just gave him so-and-so, so-and-so. Well, child, I was giving in this area, and I was doing that. I'm not even doing nothing this year. Same person who brought the word of life to that person. And that person wouldn't even possibly be here if they hadn't received the word of life. But now all of a sudden the leader isn't worthy of something that's greater than what they have. See, some people are fine until you get in their area where they are. Until you start driving like they driving. Now we want a Pope pastor now. We don't want him doing all that, you know. And these old pimps in the pulpit got people hooked and hoodwinked and taking all the folk money. Just deceiving people. But I'm going to tell you something, I've dealt with this. As a matter of fact, I stopped pastors' appreciation. For years, I stopped, listen, before I let anyone, crooked foot, big-eyed rascal, say that you did anything for me, we won't have no pastor appreciation. And you check, and I told them, you check the giving records, me and my wife, we give more than 10 people put together in this ministry. And at that time, I wouldn't let them give me nothing. Zero. And you got the nerve to be all this strife. And I said, what? And so-and-so said, what? Cancel it. Well, Pastor, we already got a limousine. I don't want none of that. Cancel it. We will not be doing it. I will not put up with any type of strife. I'm just not going to do it. And my wife dropped her head, my family, but Dad, I said, but Dad, nothing. We're not doing it. And some of the leaders were, Pastor, we want to, and they would just go in. I don't have one of them bracelets I got, that other one I got. Somebody bought me that. Pastor, we're going, where they do something or not, we want you to have this. A pastor, this won't you? And all them suits I got, I'm trying to get rid of. Just buying me stuff. Pastor, I want to buy you that, I want to buy you that. And the Lord just continued to work through individuals. But I wasn't having it. You don't have to appreciate nothing. Well, y'all looking like this? None of y'all. Joan should remember, she was around. Yeah, just acting a fool. That's a nope. Nope. Because it was all designed for Satan to get me offended. So rather than let his little knucklehead, cross-eyed self get any play in anything, I said, cancel it all. Don't do it. And for years, I wouldn't take none for years. Just wouldn't do it. And the Holy Spirit said, listen, if you look in my word and you see you're not to muzzle out the mouth of the ox that tread out the corn, that's what I meant. Now, you really can't, you stopping them from receiving what they should receive because you breaking the reciprocal effect of the cycle of sowing and reaping. And you get in the way of stuff. And by the way, this is my ministry. And nothing, I ain't saying nothing. I told the trustees, and y'all do whatever you want to do, and I'm through with it. But I never got in the way of the Lord, and I never did that again, Tori. That's what you call dumb honest. Now I'm thinking I'm doing something. That was dumb honest what it was. All right, so you see what happened here in terms of this betrayal. They decreased the value. All of them, they got together. That's how bad this thing is. It'll spread. One person start tripping, then they'll go to others and it begin to spread. But let me tell you something. It can't spread if something not in you already. That's why that couldn't affect everybody. And the most wealthy people and the leaders that we had in the congregation, they're the ones that kept doing stuff. I look at, what's this for? Oh, I want to give you this check. Yeah, I'll take this check. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. Because they understood that. See, wealth, real true wealth understand the process. That's why some people who own certain income levels, they only hang around people that's right there. Because they can be a little more free with things. Because they understand that the other people who may not be there, who are jealous, they're just trying to bring them down or find something they can talk about to ruin their reputation. Can you stand and be blessed is the question. Look at Matthew 26 and 48. Can you stand to be blessed? Can you really actually stand to be blessed? When your friends start tripping, can you let them go? Are you up all night? I just never thought, well, you thinking now, ain't you? I bet you're thinking now, sitting up all night thinking. And somebody probably warned you about that. My sister in California, she was telling us about a couple that was in our ministry. So they trying to be like y'all. And now they done got to the point they can't keep up. They're going to leave in a minute. And she was absolutely right. I keep up with what? What is it? Sharon, I just picked, I rode Mama Cotton Sack across the bridge. I guess that helped me out. I don't get this stuff. I really don't. What is it when you get through with all of that? If cancer hits your body, it's going to do you like it do everybody else. Care how much money you get. So why you after money and stuff? Why you think money determines your value? All right, look here. Now his betrayer had given them a sign saying, whomever I kiss, here's the one. Sees him. Immediately, he went up to Yeshua and said, greetings, Rabbi. Look at his, greetings. Greetings and kissing. It was just a cultural embrace. Men don't kiss men. I promise part of your lips may not make it back with your face if you tried it. So don't do it. Okay. And then what did Yeshua say, friend? Why have you come? He already knew the plan. He knew what was going down, so it wasn't nothing new to him. He knew this was his betrayal, and he never lashed out at it. He just told him, go on, do what you're going to do, man. I need to get to the cross. So don't be delaying the process. Just get up and go do it. That's all he was saying. Y'all see that? That's how terrible offense is. Now, point number 3, doubt in the relationship is an open door to what? Betrayal. Now, we talked about that desire that the enemy always have something that we like. It's actually like this person, but you can't do what they do, and the enemy took that and perverted it and caused you to hate them. Come on, your code 1 and 13. Just watch your notes and you'll be able to get there before I do. Your code 1 and 13. Let's look at this. Doubt in the relationship. This is not just for married people. This for all of us citizens. We are part of a holy nation. One holy nation with one sovereign Lord, one king, one creator. We are all in it together. We are all sisters and brothers bought by the same blood that Yeshua gave in the earth and took to heaven and gave it on the heavenly mercy seat. We are all one. So this is talking about us. Make that a little larger so they can read it good. And he says, let no one say when he is tempted with this bait of offense, I am tempted by Elohim. For Elohim cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone, because there is no evil in him. There is no evil in the Father at all. He never used evil to do anything. He didn't make nobody sick to make them act right. No, he did not. He didn't give you a headache because you said something bad about one of his prophets. He is not evil. And that scripture, don't touch my anointed and do my prophets no harm. That's him warning people that when you actually deal with the person, you're not dealing with the person fighting the person, you're fighting him. Just like Moshe. Y'all remember Moshe? And when Father dealt with Datum, Abiram, no, Datum, what's the man's name? Korah and all of them. And he said, why did you rebel against me? They did out of yakking against Aaron and Moshe. And the Father didn't even mention their name. They said, no, you coming against me. And when you touch him, you touching me, because I sent him to do what he was doing. So that's what he was saying. It ain't the person, it's the Father mission and mandate on that person's life. And if a person is getting in the way of that being accomplished, then now you got a problem with the Father. So he said, don't mess with, you think you messing with them, but you messing with me. They're a representative of me. This goes for everybody, all citizens, not just for prophets and pastors and stuff like that. If you are walking, being led by the Holy Spirit, you're being influenced by the Holy Spirit, you're carrying out the will of the Father, then you're on a mission as an ambassador for him, and anybody challenge you, they're not challenging you, they challenge the one who sent. Remember, ambassador is one who was sent. They'll challenge the power of the Father himself. So we don't have to be fighting and arguing with people. Hey, just get out the way. Let the Lord handle it. You getting it? All right. Now, and he went on to say, then when a desire is conceived, what desire? It's you like that person really, and you desire to be in relationship with them. And because you don't, and sometimes people don't understand the timing of things and how to approach people in a respectful manner. You know, because some people want to get with people, and you should want to get with someone who is going where you want to be. Why get with somebody that's where you are? What you going to learn? What are you going to learn? Why should I have people around me that's where I am or trying to get where I am? I need to have someone around me that's been there and done that. And once you get into that season, we'll call that father season, then you in the mentor role play now. Now you are to hook and see a protege and see someone else and bring them where you are. Because a protege never select a mentor. The mentor always select a protege. Mentors see someone who have the right intent in their heart that they can pour into and be reassured that they are not wasting seed. Lord, have I wasted some seed and time and words. And I just stopped. I said, well, I tell you what I'm going to do from now on, see, I know how not to be a fool no more. I'm just going to stick with the principle of mentorship, the principle of testing, just like you don't hook to a master teacher without qualifying. And if they don't pass the test, as bad as I want to help them, should I say as bad as I want to help them? As urgent as I want to, I'm not. I know what's needed. I know what it takes to get them where they need to be at. But all they're going to do is not honor what they are getting. They're going to waste it, and I don't waste it all that time, which is blinding me from seeing a protege that's ready to go. That goes for everybody. Y'all getting it? And listen, you're not ready to mentor. Yes. Talking is one thing, evidence is another. Mentors always have evidence. A lot of people know a lot of stuff, but don't have the evidence to back up what they say they know on a consistent basis, consistent terms. So he says, what happens when a desire is conceived and it's planted? Conceive what? That idea become a what? That thought become a what? Conception, right? Remember the precept, then the concept. When I receive it, it does what? Give birth to what? Sin. And sin, when it's full grown, bring forth what? Separation. Death is separation. Sin is rebellion. So rebellion began to spread within the individual and burn them on the inside. All over, seeing a person that you actually admired and letting the devil cloud your vision. And because they won't skip and hop like you want them to, when you want them to, the devil move in. We have to be patient with one another. And don't go after a person because of what they got. Never, ever do that. The best relationships you can be in would be with someone who is not looking to get something from you. They're looking to support you and pour what they got into you and assist you. Now, I just want to know, what can I do for you? Who was it came to me the other day? Pastor, what can I do for you? No, somebody called me. I said, what? Hold on. Not part of the congregation either. Pastor, I just want to know what way I can help you today. I'm thinking, you want to get out and sweat? I'll find something you do. You know, first I said, no, I'm good. I'm good to go, you know. I got young men around here and young women around here, you know, that really honor us and love us for real out of authentic heart. And I know this. And if I got something, I'm going to tell them first about it. And y'all know me, I'm not asking. If I ask, that's mercy. I just do it. And I'm getting like that more and more. You just see me doing. And I have one of my sons, he real over the top sometimes. I'm doing something. You can go take it from him. I said, boy, I'm about to knock you out. You don't come take nothing from your daddy. No, Dad, I don't want you around. I said, okay, that's cool, but hold on now. You need to learn your dad. You don't approach me and snatch nothing from me. You're just going overboard with it. I said, I understand, I appreciate it, and I want to explain to her some things I'm just not lazy. And I just like doing stuff. I mean, if I'm doing this, it's not, not gonna wear me out. Just let me do it. Like the day I was doing something, my wife said, I don't work on these days. I said, no, I was just doing something because I just wanted to go do something. And this, I like doing this. And it wasn't gonna take long or anything like that. And then, a couple men around, I would tell them, I said, now you see me out there working, and you got, I'm not gonna say it because y'all know who it is, and you got something else in your hand, and they not dirty, and my hand's dirty. All right, now check this out. And he says, when it's full grown, it brings forth, you see that separation? See that bait, how it works? Now, if there's nothing in me against you, she can bring nothing to me that'll turn me against you. If she brings something to me about you, and I go with what she said, which is wrong, then it's something I got in me already. I just needed some help because I'm too jelly back to carry it out myself. That's what you call gossip. Yeah, child. I saw her. You saw that? Yeah, she got it wrong. She got her spirit not clean. Well, if she's saved, how can you say a person's spirit? If you say a born-again believer's spirit is not clean, then the Father's spirit not clean. Oh, religious talk. That stuff is in the soul. The soul is not clean. But that born-again spirit is holy, created in the image and likeness of the Father who created us. Y'all, you catching that? So that separation is the final nail in the coffin. Now you're separate. Now you're pushing away. Now you're moving back. How can you move back from a full fountain? How can you walk away from a door that's wide open to you? Offense. Look at the damage of it. I can spend a lot of time there. We're going to look at the damage. That ties also over to Ayab when he was tripping. Let's look at the damage of offense. We suffer by holding on to offense. We're going right in here because that thing, the enemy, he'll drop a seed. You know what he want to do, Tori? DJ, you know what he want to do? This how the devil operate. You don't have to give me no money. This how he operate. He'll drop a seed in you without you knowing it. That's how he operate. You don't even know it. Just that thing will pop in there just like that. And he'll water it and make it grow. And then you're more sensitive to this person when they come around you, and you get more critical of them. And a little seed was dropped. It could be what somebody else said about him. Could be 2 years ago. He don't care. He just don't want us to know that he dropped a seed in. Y'all catch that? Now, we suffer by holding on. Now, you got the scriptures back there, so you can go to the first one. That's Matthew 18:7. Matthew 18:7. Let me know when you get it. Okay, woe to the world because of what? Offenses. For offenses must come, but woe to that man by whom the offense does what? Comes or works through. Now, let me see, did I have this? Yeah, that's it. Because another translation say comes or run through. Now, let me give you this note here. This word, wait a minute, let me get this back where I had it. We don't deal with the foot yet. We're going to get it though. Because this word here is very significant. Very, very important. The Hebrew word for come. The Hebrew word for come I'm going to tell you what it means, and then you'll see what he's talking about. It's the word boa, Bayet, Vav, Aleph. And it means to come or go, indicating that is in the belief system is working on a daily basis. It didn't just come and run through, it's sitting there. Now, how many remember where this word is used to open up the proper interpretation of Malachi? Oh, I just gave the answer. Let's go to Malachi. It's Bayet Vav Aleph. Bayet Vav Aleph. Go to Malachi. What is it? 4? Okay, 4 and 5. 4 and 5. And I'm going to go to the interlinear just for, the ones that are studying with us. I know y'all know everything, but we're going to go to the interlinear so those that are studying with us online can also see this. He says, "Behold, I will send you Eliyahu, the prophet, before the coming of the and great and dreadful day of Yahweh." So he's talking about that trip. You getting it? Talking about the trip when this particular season, end time, is going to come to an end. And what we mean by that, the season where you have ambassadors in the earth who were born with a rebellious nature, got born again, and carrying out the mission of cultivating the earth with the culture of the kingdom. That's going to come to an end. Okay? Now, he says he would turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to the fathers. Now that verse, least I come, you see that word come? Least I come. He'll find it. He's pretty smart. You was in the right one, son. Least I come. There you go. Least I come and strike the earth with a curse. The Father don't need to strike the earth with a curse. It won't be no earth. His power is infinite. This is another reason why his spirit, the Holy Spirit, is in the earth working, and he sent malachim, called angels, in the earth to do work. Because if he touched something, it's over. He can't restrict who he is. He bound himself to his word. When the Father speaks something, he is putting a boundary on his infinite, awesome power not to destroy everything that he touched. He uphold all things by the what? Word of his what? His word come out, it's power. So when he speaks his word, all that he is in his word. Infinite power is in his word. To give life or total destruction, either way. Now this word come, we'll go to the interlinear. What he was saying here, lest another father establish itself as the source of the family, is what he was talking about in Malachi. The proper interpretation of that. And bring forth or release a cursed culture and a cursed family. Not the father, it's anything that come in the family and establish itself as a father source that the father didn't put there is automatically going to produce a curse. If the father himself is established in a family, it's automatic a what? Blessing. You seeing this? So you see that word boa, Bayet, Vav, Aleph. Now, Aleph, Bayet spells what? Father. Now, you see this Vav in between here. So that means another father has established itself parading as the source or the father, and this source is a lie. Satan is the father of all lies. He's the source of lie. When a lie is there, the truth is absent. And if the truth is not there, then the children rebel against their father or source that they should be connected to. And the source that they should be connected to, a father, are rejecting them. And you can see right here why the children of today in the secular world and in religious world and systems, they are so rebellious against authority and against the will of the Heavenly Father, because they are following a source that has established itself that did not come from Yahweh. Satan is that source. Y'all seeing it? So go back to Matthew. So what he was telling us is that woe to the person by whom the offense has established itself on the inside of them as their source of thinking and behavior. That person is in bad shape, is what he is saying. That's why he said woe. Now you see it? All right. Now let's look at another one here. Was it Marcus 7 and 18? Marcus 7 and 18. Ginseng will help y'all out on Fridays if you're running around everywhere. Natural energy. Don't go take a whole lot. It's herbal stuff you can drink and feel a lot better, because you want to be refreshed when you're hearing the word. So I ain't coming here tired. Don't drink no coffee. All caffeine does is send your body the wrong signal. Make your body think it's tired and draw off that, what is that chemical called? Huh? Demetrius be talking about that all the time. Melatonin, whatever it is. And then you just drop off because you don't use stuff you didn't need to be using, now you're out. So it's a manipulator. I mean, let's just start doing something. I'm trying to help you out. Now, where we are. So we said to them, are you thus without understanding also? Do you not perceive that whatever enters a man from the outside cannot defile him? Because you can hear it and let it, some people do the word, let it go in one ear and out the other. Receiving instructions and corrections, one ear, out the other. Forget the next day. He says, because it does not enter his heart, but his stomach. Now he's dealing with the physical, digestive system, and is eliminated, thus purifying all foods. And he said, what comes out of a man, that defiles a man. For from within, out of the heart of men proceeds what? Evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, come on, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lewdness, an evil mind, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile a man. All of this connects with the character and characteristics of Satan, the rebellious nature. You seeing this? So offense get on all this stuff established itself as the Father's source. And that but yet means what? What controls my thoughts? What is the controlling source in my philosophy that caused me to think the way I think? I'm thinking jealous. Now I'm jealous of somebody that I admire. Y'all seeing that? Then, of course, I left, the words, the death and life is how we use our language. Instead of edifying and building people up, we're trying to tear them down because we really admire them, but it's in a perverted way because Satan planted a seed years back in me that I did not address like the Holy Spirit told me to. You just moved away from somebody. That doesn't fix anything. You never run from trouble. You deal with it. If someone got something against you, hey, what's going on? I notice these vibes when I come around. I mean, what's really going on? I just don't want to talk to you. Renee was telling me, her and one of her friends, well, I think her only really good friend, but I mean, good friend, from basketball, they didn't like each other. And Renee said she broke it. What do you say to her? You don't want to, you too good to, Renee approached her. You too good to talk to me? Now, Renee can play some ball. I'd rather play some ball. And, you know, I know Renee probably dogging the girl. No, I ain't going to say that. But because she Renee's friend, so she my friend. Renee probably, you know, they dropping them now. I ain't talking about no little, this, you know, feminine basketball. And they'll throw an elbow on you in a minute and do an up and under, have you jumping all everywhere. She did it to me like that. First started playing, I'm trying to be nice playing against a woman, you know. Well, hold on now. And then she bowled me. I said, hold on now. And then I said, okay. That's all right. We kept playing. And I was just, you know, letting them. And she had some moves, but then one time, you know, I just beat her to the spot. And she kept going. And then she stopped suddenly. And she said, I just ran into a brick wall. I'm not doing that no more. I said, I told you I've been letting you get by me. Anyway, she confronted her, and they ended up being best friends. See, the enemy in there trying to work and divide and do all of this stuff, and the way to break it is through what? Communication. You seeing it? I hope y'all getting this now. I know it's going to be really exciting, but we need it. All right, let's go back to the notes. All right, now, point number 2, it calls what? Bitterness. Look at Mishnah 18 and 19. Causes bitterness. Mishnah 18, 19, and then the next one is Ephraim 12 and 15. 18 and 19. A brother offended is what? Then what? A strong city. Now, I broke that down. And contentions are like the bars of a what? Castle. So you got contention, you know, being contention. You know, contentious. Anyway, I know how to say that word. Contention. Y'all know what it is, strife. Just don't know why you don't like them. I just don't like them. You know, but if he's offended, you know, it's you do better going trying to win over a whole city than fooling with that one person. That's how strong offense is. Let's look at the next one. Ephraim 12 and 15. Ephraim 12 and 15. Look at this. Looking carefully, lest anyone falls short of the favor of Elohim, lest any what? Root. See, root come from a seed. When a seed germinates, the first thing that manifests is the root. Not the whole fruit. The root. And the root is going to be what the nutrients are going to come through to feed that particular seed and cause it to grow up and come on out. So he said, looking carefully, lest any fall short of the favor of Elohim, lest any root of what? Bitterness. That's the Hebrew word mar, mem resh. Mem means what? The spirit of life or the spirit realm. When it's in order, then there's love, joy, peace, righteousness. When it's out of order, it's chaos. It's the spirit of chaos, the opposite of the spirit of life. Resh has to do with the intent that's in the mind. What's my real agenda? And so what he's telling us is that chaos now is the agenda of my thoughts. The thoughts that I'm thinking are chaotic thoughts, and they're going to always produce chaos in relationships. You seeing this? Springing up cause trouble, and by this, many become what? Defiled with this poison of offense. And then here you have people just being, whole groups of people just in chaos, and just the relationships are broken down. Now, watch this right here. Lest there be any fornication, the word pornography actually comes from that. Adultery is being unfaithful. So when he say fornication, that's a perverted images being used to satisfy a person's physical needs. I mean, not needs, but desires. When it's out of control, it's out of order. And see, we think fornication is when you are sexual, immoral in thinking. I mean, that is it. We think adultery is a sexual moral thing. Adultery is being unfaithful. This right here is being unclean in the thinking. See, uncleanness or what? Profane person like who? Esau. What did he do? He denied his birthright and the value of being the firstborn. It was perverted. His perception of the birthright of the firstborn was perverted. He was more important than his future generations was. The firstborn received a double portion to transfer to the future generations. The firstborn received their portion and enough for others. Y'all getting this? Now, all of that he had inherited. But when it came to him being satisfied personally, he can care less about the future generation. Y'all see this now? I mean, meditate that. Meditate that. The system of value for wealth in him was distorted because of selfishness. It's talking about a selfish person that'll do anything to satisfy self. It's all about me. If it don't go the way I think it need to go, then I'm going to run off. I'm going to pout. I'm going to block your calls. I'm not going to return the call. Oh, I just need to just sit back for a minute. Every time I hear that, I address it. If you hadn't noticed. No, you're not sitting back. You're offended. The devil in you. And if you don't get him out of your mind, he's going to destroy you. And in the process, he's trying to take some people with him. And if it happened in this congregation and between you all, I must address it. Because I'm not going to stand here and let one monkey spoil the show. If you want to be that monkey for the devil and not let that fruit go, then let the devil beat your head. But he ain't beat nobody else's head, and I know about it. And I call it out. I don't play with offense. That's nothing to celebrate. That's something to be ashamed of and confess it. The man, I was just, and I had two men leaders here talk about how stuff was festering. They just talked and got it resolved. And I said, if two men can do that, everybody else need to follow the pattern. It's nothing to play with. For one morsel of food sold his birthright, for you know that after, when he wanted to inherit the firstborn blessing, he couldn't. He was rejected, for he found no place for change, though he was looking for it with tears. The father had switched it, and he wouldn't change his mind. With nothing he can do to ask the father to take that blessing off his brother Jacob, who would be Yisrael. And Yisrael had a value of wealth in him and a value for family in him. And Israel is the one that the father used to bring the 12 sons who established the holy nation. Esau wasn't that, he didn't have that in him. And the father said, no, I'm not changing this. I know you want it back. You're not getting this back. I know what you know. Okay? All right, so we'll stop right there. Now, I wanted to get in the bitterness part. We're in the bitterness, aren't we? Okay, we'll finish up the bitterness on the next, because I'm not flying through this, okay? We need this. I heard the Holy Spirit say again, thank you all for studying with us online on YouTube and Instagram and all of the social media platforms that we are on that I don't know about. I don't do that, the media team. So if y'all been hearing us and studying with us and hearing the message, continue to thank the Father for our media team doing what they're supposed to do. All right, shalom, y'all.
Welcome to Empowerment of Faith, Kingdom Center for Ambassadors. We're delighted to have you join us today. Hello, honored guests. Empowerment of Faith has something special just for you. It's our honored guest questionnaire. Simply point your phone's camera at the QR code, tap the screen, and it will lead you to our honored guest questionnaire. Thank you so much for completing the questionnaire. It's time. Grab this week's product of the week. Elevate your life, strengthen your faith, and grow in your kingdom knowledge. Share it, live it, and support the ministry. Don't wait. Get yours today. As always, thank you so much for joining us today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe as you follow Empowerment of Faith on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and more. And as always, if you can't be here with us in person, then join us on Zoom. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today, and shalom, y'all.